His opponent, ladies and gentlemen, in the blue corner, the Polish Idol, Johnny Czeslaw. And your referee, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brian Crabtree.
Hello again, Grapple fans. Good afternoon to you, and welcome to the Civic Hall Bedworth up here in Warwickshire. The first time we have televised wrestling from this area, and you join us for the first preliminary contest of the afternoon, a heavyweight bout of 6 5-minute rounds, 2 falls to decide between Johnny Czeslaw, there he is, of Poland, and Honeyboy Zimba of Sierra Leone.
Seconds away, round 1.
Round 1 of 6 rounds, 2 falls, 2 submissions, or a knockout to decide this winner. Sierra Leone, West Africa, the tough Honeyboy Zimba showing us his strength right from the bell. Referee Brian Crabtree. And a leg lock held by Czeslaw's legs early on in this first round of 6. Toe and ankle now to the shaven-headed Pole from Krakow. Oh yes, there's the strength of Zimba's feet, let alone those arms and shoulders. Just look at them. Real power. 19.5-inch neck. Arm lock still on for Czeslaw. Still the arm lock. The cross buttock get out, but it's not a get out because the arm lock is still on. All the way over the top, the only way out of an arm lock, 9 times out of 10 anyway, and Zimba does it. And goes for a double wrist lock follow-up. There it is, still on, although so far Johnny Czeslaw managed to get out of it. A feint. Czeslaw, you're very tricky with those feints. He practically assures his opponent what he's going to do and then doesn't do it. Face bar. Single finger interlock, Czeslaw starting it. Czeslaw is always the first to recognize a good move against him. A minute left in this first round of 6. A double-handed wrist lever to Czeslaw, still holding it, letting him roll on, but still holding the same hold. Czeslaw, still the most experienced, still has that hold on. There it is. Yes, the power of the legs, the Zimba legs, with just under half a minute left. Zimba not too happy about it, but he had to let it go. Right on the bell now of round one. Well, there he is, Honey Boy Zimba of Sierra Leone, West Africa, at 15 stone 2 in weight, and probably one of the most powerful men, shoulders and biceps wise, that there is in the heavyweight bracket. Little beard now he sports. Big grin to the crowd outside the ring. I don't know what the joke is, but he's caught it all right. Honey Boy Zimba, he's going to use his power before the end of this bout.
Seconds away, round 2.
Round 2, and no score in this preliminary bout at heavyweight here at the Civic Hall, Bedworth. 6 5-minute rounds, 2 falls to decide. Johnny Czeslaw from Krakow, Poland, at 15 stone 1, giving away just 1 pound this afternoon to 15 stone 2 Honey Boy Zimba from Sierra Leone. The West African has got to start using that tremendous power soon, because the experience of Czeslaw is beginning to show even as early as this. There he is, the shaven-headed Pole from Krakow, sweating after just 1 round. Czeslaw not a bit happy about headbutts to the forehead, and I don't blame him really. In fact, in my opinion, it should be cut out of freestyle wrestling altogether. Referee Brian Crabtree, no power to cut it out yet, because it's not one of the don'ts in the freestyle wrestling book. Power hold again now from it, which didn't last because of Zimba trying the spread. Goes up to the top end pretty quick there, the reverse side headlock. First use of the ropes in this contest so far. Inside arm roll, beautiful. Nicely done by Zimba. The double-handed wrist lever follows. Backhammer. Still to Zimba. Yes, Czeslaw. So many of his opponents know that trick, but Zimba obviously either doesn't or had forgotten it. A couple of minutes left in this second round of 6. So it's Zimba now with that toe hold. His left leg right in between there. Leg lock and toe hold full on. Again, the finger interlock. And the crossed head scissors. Just 1 minute left in the second round. Zimba right foot. There it is. Firmly on Czeslav's right. Half a minute left. Zimba the advantage, and he's probably liable to hold it until the bell goes. Johnny Czeslaw, Krakow, Poland, sweating profusely already after only 2 rounds, and both men are really feeling their way. They know it's a 2-fall, 2-submission bout. Not too worried about weight, either of them. They're both precisely the same weight, within a pound anyway. And anything could happen in this one in the remaining 4 rounds.
Seconds away, round 3.
Round 3, 4 rounds to go and no score in this preliminary contest at heavyweight here at the Civic Hall Bedworth. Johnny Czeslaw, Poland, versus Honeyboy Zimba from West Africa. 2 falls to decide this bout. Czeslaw the experience, Zimba the strength. Not that Czeslav's any weakling, but he's up against one of the strongest fellows in the business today, I should think. Brian Crabtree, the referee, in the right-hand corner of your picture. And Zimba turning that wrist as he threw his mind. Could have affected the shoulder or the wrist, or both. And again, Zimba butts. Czeslaw does not like this. And I must admit, it's quite unnecessary to bring a butt to the forehead in this early. Czeslaw has not bent the rules at all in this bout so far. We'll try that one, and we'll get an answer from me someday. That's the butt to the stomach on the way over in the somersault. That's okay. Nothing drastic. Very spectacular, but not too drastic. Mistimed it then. It's better. They decided to quit that. No back chop to the throat, if no headbutt. Now Zimba with that double leg grab. Now, can he turn his man? No, he's trying a shoulder press from there. Very unlikely, I should think, as early as round 3. Body scissors to Czeslaw to counter. Nicely hooked down. Zimba undressed the body scissors neatly with a couple of minutes left in the third. Brian Crabtree, the ref, saying, look, let's call this a stalemate if we can continue that. Because stalemate really better if they just quit this hole altogether. Zimba doesn't want to, so he's got the advantage of that double leg lock there. Never bend that wrist, I very much doubt it. So still Zimba with a slight advantage in that double leg lock. Now it's even Steven now. And the referee decides for them to split that hole up and call it quits. Nobody's going to get an advantage from that. Just a minute left now in the third. I'm sorry, I was looking at my watch wrong there. Half a minute, just under half a minute. And a back shot to Czeslaw, which didn't work this time. Hardly time for another move in this round. Right on the bell now. Well, as we said, second time, it was half a minute. That's the worst of owning one of those half-minute stopwatches. 3 rounds to go now. Honey Boy Zimba from Sierra Leone, and one of the powerhouse boys of the heavyweights. Great bodybuilder, this man, even when he came out to the UK first. 2 years in amateur experience at heavy middleweight, 13 stone, and turned pro in the early 60s.
Seconds away, round 4.
Round 4, 3 rounds to go. And in case you've just joined us, we're at the Civic Hall here in Bedworth, Warwickshire. And you've joined us in a preliminary contest at heavyweight. Johnny Czeslaw versus Honey Boy Zimba from West Africa. Czeslaw of Poland, of course. The shiny head there, the shaven head. And no score so far. 2 falls to decide this bout. Backhand match, Czeslaw. Czeslaw, spelled Czeslaw, which we would say Czeslaw, but he says Czeslaw. Apparently is the Polish pronunciation. Yes, he can't grab the head because there's not too much to grab. Czeslaw not too worried about that, and a follow down with a cross press very quick inside the ropes by an inch. The feet just missing by an inch, and Czeslaw the first fall in round 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute and 5 seconds, round 4. The first fall goes to Johnny Czeslaw.
And not bad, considering that he was out of the ring a couple of seconds before he delivered that. Just caught his opponent Zimba completely by surprise there. But 2 rounds to go. Czeslaw there from Poland now leading Zimba by 1 fall to 0.
Seconds away, round 5.
2 rounds to go then as we start round 5, and Zimba trying the backdrop on the knee. It wasn't a bad one, a single leg grab. He's trailing by 1-4 now, the West African. Czeslaw again using the trick, preventing himself going right across the ring on the throw. Side head chancery throw. Czeslaw a body check, but Zimba up fast for nose and going for the reverse again, that knee drop. Czeslaw in trouble now. He's got a heck of a rope burn right across the center of his back, and a front down knee drop this time. I don't know whether that marks come from the ropes or the knee, but a slam there, beauty by Zimba, and a follow down reverse double knee press, easy, too easily for Zimba to equalize. Just over a minute gone in the round 5. 1 each, and Martin Conroy, our master of ceremonies this afternoon's program, to announce it officially.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute in round 5, and the second and the equalizing fall goes to Honey Boy Zimba.
So Zimba didn't take too long to equalize there. I'm just a little curious at having a close look, if we can, at Czeslaw's back. We might be able to. There he is. Do you see that mark that wasn't there a round or two ago? I don't know if it was a rope burn or whether that was that knee drop. Anyway, 1 round to go, and coming up round 6 any second.
Seconds away, 6th and final round.
1 fall each in this preliminary heavyweight bout. The next fall decides. Zimba versus Czeslaw. Zimba, West African boy, hasn't used too much of his power yet, except with his legs. But Czeslaw is certainly using his experience. And my money, I think, would be on him. Well, they're exactly the same weight. There's no weight difference here. Somebody shouted something he didn't like. Brian Crabtree, the ref, no trouble at all with this bout. Single leg Boston now, Zimba. Well, that's a way out of a single leg Boston, and getting your man through the ropes to get completely clear at the same time. The sound of these ropes at all. Zimba crashing over for an attempted flying tackle, missed it. But the sound of the top rope when these two big fellas throw their weight against it doesn't sound at all good. Hope it doesn't give. We cannot. Czeslaw attempting to use the middle rope to hold on to while holding his man in a folding press. Bit unlikely that the ref will allow that, I'm afraid. That's the full Zimba weight, 15 stone 2. The back of Czeslaw's neck. Well, there's the interlocking, the Japanese stranglehold almost on there or across the face. So the surfboard just about completed by Czeslaw. But not powerfully enough. And it's now Zimba with the full Japanese strangle. Well, Zimba decided not to hold it, just let him go and give him a body check. And only a couple of minutes left in this final round. seen Czeslaw get a lot of 2-1 wins right in the last seconds of the final round. Maybe this is no exception to that. Zimba knows it too, of course. And slipped right off, no question about it. But, there's a point in having a shaven head if you're a wrestler. Right on the left leg there of Czeslaw. So, of course, Zimba tries it again and goes for that left leg all the time now to the end of the bout, I reckon. He's got a minute to go. Trying for a submission. He doesn't think he can get a fall against the experience of the pole, so he tries for a submission. 45 seconds. Czeslaw will certainly have to be quick. 30 seconds now only. And Zimba's still the advantage, hoping with that toe hold, double-handed, to get the one submission he wants to make it a 2-1 win for him. By the time he's won Czeslaw up, he'd better get that submission. He's got about 12 seconds to go now. 8 seconds. And Czeslaw may not be able to move out of there. He's got the hands caught, but it won't get him any score. So there it is, the bell to end the final round. 1 fall each, a draw.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of wrestling with 1 fall each, the result is a draw.